So at the weekend, Donald Trump said he was angry and disappointed by what Vladimir Putin has been saying on Ukraine in recent days. This is what President Trump is frustrated by. As Komsomolskaya Pravda reports, Vladimir Putin has proposed external governance for Ukraine. This is necessary so that in Ukraine a legitimate government can come to power with which a peace agreement can be signed. The government paper Rossiyskaya Gazeta quotes Putin suggesting external governance under the auspices of the UN. In other words, the Kremlin continuing attempts to delegitimize and sideline President Zelensky on the basis that his presidential term expired last year, without pointing out that according to Ukraine's constitution, fresh elections cannot be held in Ukraine in times of war. Yesterday, Donald Trump responded by saying he, Putin, is supposed to be making a deal with him, Zelensky, whether you like him or you don't like him. So I wasn't happy with that. But Moskovsky Komsomolets isn't happy with President Trump. Donald Trump has so far not fulfilled the obligations he took upon himself to stop Ukraine striking Russian energy infrastructure. It turns out that agreements reached on the level of Trump are only worth a few pennies on a market day. Moscow is prepared to make a deal with the US president as the leader of the free world, the undisputed boss of NATO and the lord and master of Kiev. But right now, the leader is not leading, the boss is not bossing, and the lord is not directing his vassal. The Trump administration is demonstrating a strange passivity, a strange inconsistency, and a strange inability to fulfill the obligations it took upon itself. In the face of this political phenomenon, Moscow is dropping unsubtle hints that it has another way of ending the Ukraine crisis in a manner that suits Russia. Putin said, along the whole contact line, our forces have the strategic initiative. In other words, if the diplomats cannot move the peace process forward, then the military will do the talking. Putin has made his move. We await Trump's response. Well, this is rare criticism of Donald Trump in the Russian media. We've got used to reading positive things about the US president in the Russian newspapers. Having said that, Izvestia today reports that Russia and the US have begun talks on rare earth metals. American companies have already shown interest in possible deals. That's according to presidential envoy Kirill Dmitriev. Another sign that the Trump administration is attracted by the idea of economic cooperation with Russia. Meanwhile, Nezavisima Gazeta reports that stagnation continues in Russian industry. In the first 2 months of 2025, steel production was down 2.5% on the same period last year, and the production of rolled steel in Russia fell by 8%.